Now, what in the carnival is going on here? So we have another fight, a scrap, a brawl that has recently taken place on board yet another Carnival cruise ship that is currently going viral all over the interwebs. We got chairs being thrown, people yelling, and well, of course, fists flying all over the place. It's almost as if here in 2025, even though we are in peak cruise season, I do say that, well, usually around this time, things tend to kind of turn up a little bit. Here in 2025 in particular, people seem a little bit more aggressive than usual. Like Carnival Cruise Line just made some major changes to their very important fun person loyalty program, and people aren't happy about it. To the point to where they're going to start moseying and sailing on over the other lines, like ones of the adult variety or the mafia variety. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Either way, I'm going to show you this video clip of this scrap, and then we'll go over the details, or should I say, maybe some key things to note after. Okay, so just for reference, and of course some useless information, this conundrum, this fight took place on board the Carnival Sunrise. Now, this ship initially launched in the year 1999, however, back then it was known as a little cruise ship that could, known as the Carnival Triumph. You don't know about the Carnival Triumph, by the way. Back in 2013, it was a little incident called the Poop Cruise. However, they had to, of course, rechange and update and upgrade the ship, so now it is henceforth known as the Carnival Sunrise. But either way, on June 7th, this ship was just leaving its private island, Half Moon Cay, over in the Bahamas, and approximately around 5:30, this fight happened over in the pizzeria. Now, nobody knows exactly what started the fight. However, you can hear in the video there are people saying that somebody needs to be thrown off the ship, essentially walk the plank to the shadow realm, never to be seen again. However, you also have a lady that was there that was saying something about her kids. But one thing we do know is that at least one passenger was detained in their room, while you have others that were banned for life and might possibly face a $500 fine as well. Now, in case you didn't know, for the last, I want to say 3 years or so, Carnival Cruise Line has said repeatedly they are going to start cracking down on all of their policies and the disorderly conduct that takes place on their ship, such as the bringing of the contraband, the Mary Jane on board, the malarkey and fights that take place on board, as well as even the curfews. However, I think many of us would agree that Carnival hasn't really done the greatest job of enforcing that. Either that or just, as I've said before, their PR isn't the greatest. Things do slip out on social media, and anytime you hear about Carnival on social media, for the most part, usually it's not so great things. Now, to be clear, I do personally love Carnival. It is one of my favorite lines. I sail on them more than most people. Even if I don't make a video on it, I'm usually on a Carnival ship more than I am on any other cruise ship. Nevertheless, do I believe Carnival does need to make some changes? Absolutely. Have they been talking about it? Yes. When it comes to the fights, there is a policy that states you could essentially be kicked off in the next port of call, whether it be Nassau, Bahamas, or somewhere in the ABC Islands. And guess what? You will have to fit the bill in order to make your way back home. And if you don't have your passport, ooh, well, just a reminder to all you guys, get your passport. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of financial pain, or basically stuck in that island. It's going to be a rendition of Castaway, except you're not going to have a volleyball friend named Wilson. Personally, like many of you fine folk, I can't seem to wrap my mind around. It really boggles my mind that there are fights on board cruise ships. I don't understand why. You are essentially spending hundreds at the bottom of the barrel to thousands upon thousands of dollars just to be banned from the cruise line, or essentially and potentially get arrested and never be able to sail with that line ever again. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I would say, yes, in life, there are some situations where you, of course, do have to defend yourself. But as I've said in many of my videos in regards to this type of topic and issue that takes place, usually it always starts and ends with somebody feeling like they were disrespected to some degree, whether it be somebody talking to somebody's girl or disrespecting somebody's family member. It may not even be intentional, but the problem is you have people that are from different walks of life, different upbringings, different cultures, different understandings. And the reality is they don't realize they are around thousands of people that may not think as they do, or just simply have a different thought process of what they consider respect and a disrespect. This is something that all of you have to be mindful of as you, of course, sail the seven seas, regardless of which cruise line you decide to sail with. Anywho, this is, of course, a very short video, but I do want your thoughts on all of the fights that are taking place, not only on Carnival cruise ships, because we all know it's not just Carnival, it really isn't, even though, well, I would just say you gotta chop it up to maybe the shorter cruises that I would say Carnival probably offers more than any other line. MSC is almost right up there with them. When you're doing a 3, 4, 5 night sailing, well, 5, yeah, usually 5 nights to, let's say, a week-long cruise, usually for me, that sweet spot where you're not going to have too much craziness going on. But when you have those shorter sailings, you're going to have the people during spring and summertime that maybe can't hold their liquor, they don't know how to act, and this is why you have the issues that do unfortunately occur. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out, subscribe if you haven't already, and as usual, know I love and appreciate every single one of you. I have a lot of videos coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you later. Take it easy.